Sometimes your chord progressions can sound stale, overused, unimaginative, and God forbid, boring. Well, let's fix that with chord substitutions. Let's reharmonize the popular song Can't Help Falling in Love. Here's the original. It's a beautiful chord progression, but let's see if we can mix it up a little bit. The first thing you can do is replace major and minor chords with a counterpart. For example, wise men. The second chord is an F sharp minor, so we can switch it up, use its relative major 3/2 steps up, which is A major, and we get wise men say. And we can do the same with the next chord, only fools. Instead of G major, we can replace it with its relative minor, E minor. Only fools rush in. Heck, we could even change the first chord, that D, to a B minor. And here's a totally new chord progression. Wise men say, only fools rush in. It's a little bit more chromatic, a little bit more dramatic, and a little bit less boring. Now the next hot tip is to substitute chords that contain the melody tone or vocal line. Wise men. The second chord has an A as the melody tone. It's whatever the singer is singing. Ask yourself, what chords contain an A or sound good with an A on top? We've already established A major does, but A minor also works here. Wise men say. What about B flat major? Wise men say. Sounds jazzier. What about F major 7? Wise men say. Sounds even jazzier. Now let's run through a bunch of chords with an A on top. I just want to show you how many chords actually work here. And that's only some chords, but as you can see, there are a bunch of chords that sound good here. Some better than others, but when it comes to chord subs, it's the other's choice. It's whatever you want. Now tip number 3 completely throws tip number 2 out the window. Instead of finding chords that fit the melody line, we can change the melody line to fit chords we want to play. It's a bit more advanced, but very cool when you pull it off. Wise men say, only fools rush in. Instead of singing the original melody, wise men say, only fools rush in, I instead sang and played, wise men say, only fools rush in. It's weird, and it's different, but I made it, so I like it. We can actually sing a totally different melody line, play different chords, keep the same rhythm, retain the lyrics, and we can create something different, unique. Check this out. Wise men say, only fools rush in, but I can't help fall in love with you. Sounds really jazzy. It's loaded with chord subs. We've essentially reharmonized the whole song. And I think that is the only version of that song ever to exist at this very moment. And I'm thankful I can share it with you guys. And hopefully my reharmonized version of that song inspires you to use chord substitutions and to reharmonize your songs. Think about these 3 tips. You can switch out major minor chords for the counterparts. You can change chords to fit the melody as long as the melody tone is in the chord. And if you don't want to do that and you want to play your own chords, you could do that too. Just change the melody. I implore you guys to try to sing or hum along whatever song you want to play. It really helps establish the direction you want to go. Even when you're composing or improvising, if you sing or hum the melody you want, it's easier to find chords that fit that. There's something about vocalizing something that you hear in your head that makes it tangible, even though you can't touch it. But in my own personal playing, I sing everything. If you had a mic right up to my lips every time I improvised, you would just hear me going on and on. There's a saying that goes, what you see is what you get. But what you hear is only the beginning of what can be. And that's up to you. Thank you so much for watching.